All right, so look, let's look at something else. And what I wanted to look at is password strength.
Strength, yes.
And in particular, there's an interesting thing that you do with your passwords.
Right.
So normally we say, okay, let's have a minimum criteria. And we'll say, okay, let's have, the norm is like 6, 7, 8 characters.
Sure.
One number, one uppercase,
yeah, one character,
like
one
some form of
yeah.
a mix.
Yeah.
And it's basically trying to set a sort of an arbitrary lower threshold so that you don't end up with 50,000 1, 2, 3, 4s in your data. And it happens, you know, when you see data breaches where they haven't had minimum criteria, oh man.
But there's also, I've seen arguments against the password strength criteria as well, because some people argue that battery, horse, tire, service, car, house is better than some random string of 8 characters. Because it's much longer and no one would ever try and put I don't know. It's just that there are arguments for and against in terms of what password strength is.
Yeah. So that's the XKCD cartoon where they go,
it might be,
the
you think
entropy
you're right.
is much higher if you use a passphrase. So I wouldn't want to, I'm cautious how I say this, you wouldn't want to stop people using that by having a low or an arbitrarily low limit. So you wouldn't want to say you can only have 12 characters, because then you can't have a passphrase. The problem with something like that is that would be long, it would meet that criteria. It's a passphrase, so it would have non-alphanumeric characters, it would have spaces.
Yep.
But then they might hammer you on it and go, you don't have an uppercase letter or you don't have
That's
a
right,
number.
that's right.
Which really in balance is not fair, because having a passphrase, and I really hope it's not the XKCD one because it's so popular it'll be in every password list ever.
I can't remember what that one was, but yeah.
Correct horse battery staple.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was.
All right. Okay, I was close.
Because the number of people who said, you should do it. So you wouldn't want to sort of limit that. Now, I guess to sort of move the discussion on a little bit, what you really don't want to do is you don't want to limit the maximum threshold. So you wouldn't want to say, for example, you can't use certain characters.